Hey, Black Wrench here. Welcome to my shop. The original purpose and intention of my channel was to show you how I make stuff. Maybe give you some ideas in your shop. So, kind of started out with the making drinks, which is, technically making stuff. So, now we want to get to the original purpose. We're still going to make drinks, but we're going to do some shop stuff first. Today, what I'm going to do is I'm going to reorganize my pegboard. Now, I like my pegboard, but it doesn't really serve me that well anymore. I got stuff there that I don't need. This is kind of a mess here. So I've been watching a lot of videos with these guys with the French cleats, and there's some really cool stuff these guys are doing, and I'm going to steal a lot of it. But what I'm going to do differently is I'm not going to do the French cleat part of it. Because, this is America. We don't need French cleats. We're going to make freedom cleats, American cleats. So I'm going to steal the idea of some of the tool holders. I'm going to make some custom ones, and then I'm going to come up with a cool way to put them on the pegboard and then still use the pegboard as a pegboard. So let's get started. I forget, another thing that I wanted to do is I noticed a lot of YouTubers have their logo on their pegboards. So thanks to my good buddy, the Mike Moon. He made this logo for me some time ago. I've had it in my bar. I'm gonna put this prominently on my pegboard. So thanks a lot, buddy. All right, to get started, we're gonna clear everything that's on here. Now, I've spent most of my adult life in factories, everything from maintenance all the way up to plant management, and I've really embraced some of the lean concepts that I've learned over time. Shadowboarding, 5S. Those kind of activities really help you become more effective in what you're doing. And hey, let's face it, this is my time. I'm at home. I want to do stuff efficiently. I don't want to search around for this or search around for that. I want to put the stuff that I need most often within the reach of my fingertips. So I got a lot of stuff here that I don't use all the time. So I'm going to very carefully think out what I use the most and then put that stuff and only that stuff where I need it. The rest of the stuff I'm either going to get rid of or put it away somewhere else. I was using my pegboards because I had a lot of longer items that didn't fit well in my tool chest. So I'm probably still going to use a pegboard. We're going to use a pegboard over there to store those long things that I don't use that often. So I'm going to get started. I'm going to take all this stuff off, and I won't bore you with the details, but we'll get this stuff done. Okay, just wanted to share a little bit of the learning process here. I thought it was a 7/8 hole, but that was too small. And then I thought, well, there's got to be an order to do this that makes sense. So what I did first is I drilled a pilot hole all the way through, very small, like 1/8 inch pilot hole. Then I drilled my clearance hole for the nut driver, and then I drilled a 1 inch resting spot for the handle to sit in. Now, I'll cut this off when I'm done. I just wanted to figure out the best way to do this. Okay, so what I decided to do is I've got a drill bit here that is just slightly smaller than one of these pegboard hooks. And I did a test run where I drilled a hole in the plywood, and I pushed this in. It's like a press fit. And it'll allow me to hang this up as a complete unit. Now I simply take the completed assembly, I hang it on the pegboard, and voila! We've got freedom cleats. All right, just about done. I've got one more piece to hang up, and it's one of the more interesting pieces I made, so I thought I would pull it apart and show you separately. So basically I needed a place to hold my mini rafter square, which I use way more than my larger regular full-size rafter square, my center finding square, and my speed square. So I used a jigsaw to cut out these little custom-made holders for them, so they slide on there perfectly. It really came out the way I wanted it to. And also I drilled the holes through and put a little bit of a countersink on each one of these so they'll slide nicely onto my pegboard hooks, making it easy to install. And I just push it on there. Now, I don't know if I'm going to need to hold it with any hot glue or anything. I don't think I will for the moment. So we'll see how it works out, and if I don't like it, in a few days I'll go back and change it. So this is my completed pegboard with my new system. I've got spots for my metric wrenches. Really simple, just a piece of plywood with some nails put in it. Put the nails in, bent them up a little bit, cut the heads off with a disc grinder. Got spot for sockets. I kept the old pegboard hooks for the crescent wrenches because it worked well as it was. No sense in changing it. Screwdrivers, again, really easy. Just custom drilled a hole so it fits very nice and tight. Press fit for the pegboard hooks in the back. Nut drivers, little recesses drilled out there with a hole perfectly sized for each one of the nut drivers. This piece is a little interesting too, for my punches and reamers and little square stuff that I use on a regular basis, and my pliers and paramedic shears. Very easy. All I did was I drilled some large holes. Great way to store your pliers. All in all, I'm pretty pleased with it. I like the way it came out with. I really like the flexibility and how inexpensive it is to do. All right, kind of like the way this turned out. Freedom cleats, American cleats. Very simple to do, very flexible, gives you a lot of freedom in what you want to do. Incredibly inexpensive. I just used scrap wood and a little bit of my time. I didn't really have to buy anything because I had scrap plywood. If it doesn't work out the way you want, you can simply just redo it. Try something different. Customize it any way you want. You need to add tools, move tools. It's no big deal. So I highly recommend this method for pegboard organization. I hope you found this informative. This is the Black Wrench. We'll see you next time.